This a nice day to start alive again. Evening. And you're going to be hearing a lot of statements that you might not be familiar with. I might be saying Aiko a lot because I'm actually on the highway where there are a lot of farmers going and coming from farm. Okay, so sometimes you would want to say well done, and in Ghana we say well done Aiko. So if I meet some of these farmers, I might be tempted to say Aiko. Then they say yeah, yeah. It's a response to well done. Okay, so yeah, get familiar with that earlier on. I'm just taking a walk and a stroll, but I wanted to discuss this with you. That's why I'm on this live. Welcome to this live. So the thing is, today I spoke to a Fulani. Okay, so this is on TikTok, and someone inquired from me, what do you mean by this statement? What are you saying? Okay, what are you saying? So I just wanted to come live and do some explanation here. So next time someone can be directed here, yes, to come and get the full inspo of what I said. I spoke to a Fulani who actually is a friend. He passes by every time with huge cows. Even though I am afraid, I'll definitely whoa, this is a huge one. This is a huge one. Wow. Adaiko. I'm actually meeting a lot of dogs here. Yeah, okay. So as I was saying, there is always a reason to whatever anybody does, okay? So, Aiko ma, yeah, there's always everything someone does and its meaning. So, I just went close to this Fulani person and started asking this Fulani, I call him Fulani. He passed by, and I said, why is it that every Fulani I know is very slim? Why is that? Why is every Fulani slim? Okay, that's a question I posed to him. Aiko, but posed this question to him, and he laughed and said, "It is obvious. We walk for so many miles. How can we be fat?" Aiko, how can we be fat? You can't be fat walking that long distance. And I said, okay, so explain further. He said, yeah, you do not know the amount involved in buying these cows. They are very expensive. So we as Fulani, we do not have that amount, okay? We don't have that amount of money to invest in cows. But what we have is a skill to control these huge animals, okay? So controlling cows is not an easy task. Their horn alone, if I see their horn alone, I'm tempted to change my mind. It is not easy, okay? It is not easy at all to control such animals. Oh, it is quite airy outside. But yeah, the walk must be taken. Yeah, so I tried to turn the camera so you would be able to see my sweet farmers who are passing, who are responding to my Aikos. So as I said, he said, no. This thing, it's a skill to be able to control cows. And the people who can be able to afford the price of cows are not able to control them. Because guess what? They are business owners, they are entrepreneurs, they invest in other things apart from cows, okay? So they have got the money, they are willing to invest the money into all these things, and we have a skill, we have the know-how to control this animal. So what we do is that we strike a deal, maybe 50-50, sometimes 60-40, sometimes two-thirds. You heard me right, two-thirds of the profits we get goes to us, okay, while the one-third goes to them. And sometimes too, the deal is 70-30. So they take 70, we take 30. So what we bring to the table is not just um, using our skill to control them by not making them hostile, but we also lead them to go and eat, okay? We lead them to places where there is a lot of greens so they can eat healthily, and they would be bigger. And you know that Fulanis sell according to all the cows are sold according to their size. So you cannot say that you sell a cow this small as a dog, and you would think that, oh, it is going to be sold at any huge price. But if it is very huge, then you have a bigger option to sell it as any price that you want. So that is what we as Fulanis we do. So your question that you asked, that how come a Fulani is not fat? Yes, we Fulanis, we walk. We don't take car while the cows walk. We walk with the cows. So there is no way we are going to walk with the cows. The cows are going to feed and we would have any assistant. So as far as the cows go, we follow them. That explains why we are always walking and why we are always slim. And in the end of everything, we get what we want, which is money. We get a lot of money. And if someone wants to kill a cow, which has been bought from us, we get a share of the parts of the cow, okay? Because we kill them. And if we are able to kill the cow, we give some parts. They are giving some part is given to us. So there is a lot of benefit to it, but the part we play, or what we would also use as sacrifice, is our skin, our fat. So we don't normally get sick because guess what? We walk. That's what he said. So I just got a business idea out of this and I wanted to share with you today. Today is a beautiful day. Think about it. Some people have the mandate, some people have the money to invest in a business, which they might have employed you to be a worker in. If you think about the Fulani's words very carefully, he means you might not have the money to start a business, okay? But what you have right now is the know-how, is the skill, is the hand, the helping hand. That is what the business owner is urging you to help him with at a fee. The work owner is giving you an amount so that you can be able to help him manage the business. I ask again, if someone employs you in a business and you do not do your part of the deal, are you going to be able to have your own business? No. Even if you do, trust me, you might not have the skill to manage it properly for you to get the kind of mileage that the first owner had. The Fulani really opened my eyes to this because Fulanis walk a lot. They don't have money. Sometimes they just drink water. They still go anyway. They don't look elsewhere. They just keep going because that is what they have to offer for the job owner. And they know that if the job owner is to see that they are doing the work well, they will be paid extra. They will be giving some tips. And after everything, they will be giving some cows. Okay? They will be giving some cows because of the good work done. So because of what they have and what they know, they put their everything in what they do. I ask you today, if you are given the opportunity to start a business, how will you do it if you have not served under somebody? If you've not served under someone, how will you go into business and be really good at it? So trust me, anybody who has done well in their work line has served before. They have served somebody before. They have served with everything they have before. That is why they are able to also stand in business and do great, great, great things. So I urge you, if you are given the work to do it with all your might. Do it with all your might. It might be for you, it might be for somebody, and the person has employed you. Forget about everything and do it with all your might. Because guess what? Even if the person is not able to pay you, or the person is not able to give you tips that you deserve, you are getting more than that. You are getting more than the skills. You are getting experience. You are getting customers. You are getting know-hows. You are getting a lot of things. So don't let money blind you. Don't let money make you feel that, oh, I need more money, so I'm not doing the work right. If someone invests in their business and they call you to it, that come and be the managing officer, come and be the returning officer, come and be the accountant, come and be the cleaner, come and be the security, be the secretary, be whatever, receptionist. Just go and do your best at the business. And the Fulani was telling me that I do my best. This business that I am talking about, I'd put my all by the end of a year, which is December. This is December, and he is going to reap, because they make they strike the deal that from January to December is the deal. The deal ends December. If you want to continue, you would have to restart paying me, restart making anew all the things you said, and they are getting a lot of money. I ask once again, why would you want to do someone's work shabbily and expect yours to go on, to move? You might do it shabbily, have yours will be moving, but always remember that whatever you do, you might not be seen. Whatever, whether good or bad, you do, you might not be seen, but you will pay for the consequences of it. Okay, you will experience the consequences of your actions. So if someone employs you into their business and you want to steal from them, you want to work shabbily, you want to do unnecessary things, you want to speak for other workers to stop working, you should know that you might start your own business. It might be blossoming very well, but you would get someone who is even more than you used to be in your employer's office. That is when you would realize that no, not everything will you have to do shabby work. So just as the Fulani told me, I tell you today, I speak to you today about it. Put in your all. If you are giving a task, put in your all. The task might not be booming, but put in your all. Maybe you are into something, you are actually not working for somebody, but you are working for yourself. And what you are doing, you have put in your all for like a year. Nothing is coming out of it. I urge you, put in your all. Do not give yourself any timeline. Do not give yourself any timeline, for you do not know the time that whatever you are working at will succeed. So just keep putting in your all every time till you realize that you have got there. Keep putting in your all. Put in your all every time, and make sure that you do not at any point get discouraged. So I asked this Fulani, do you know the number of cows you've taken care of from January to now? He said, yes, I did not go to school, but I have statistics of everything. I have knowledge of the cows that are sick, the cows that are strong, the cows that are weak, the small cows and the big cows. And I said, okay, so why is that? Why do you keep these statistics? What he said made me really marvel. He knows what he is doing. He knows his business. Do you know what he said? He said, yes, I need to know the small cows so that I can differentiate them from the bigger cows, because the small cows cannot stay in the same place as the big cows. If a small cow stays in the same place with the big cow, what the small cow is going to see is that he's going to be maltreated. He's going to be pushed around. He's going to be mocked. He's going to be pushed to the least of the moments that he might end up dying. So the bigger cows play with bigger cows. The small cows play with small cows. I cannot mix them for anything. If I mix them up, that they are all cows and they don't know anything, they are all cows, let me just leave them. I'll end up losing the small cows to the big cows' misbehaviors. So I differentiate them. And if a cow is sick, I would be able to give them medicine. I'll be able to regulate their temperatures. I'll be able to help them get out of the sickness if I know that they are sick. So I should know the symptoms of sicknesses that cows have and how it occurs. So I'll be able to detect if a cow is sick. And immediately I detect it, I give its food differently, because its food has medicine that is going to cure it. While the others eat joyfully, he eats in isolation, so he will be able to get enough of the nutrients and enough of the medicine from which I have put inside the food. Then he'll be able to be strong. I can't mix them together. And I said, okay, that's interesting. What of the ones who are healthy? He said, yes, the healthy ones are also going to go round. There are cows who are not healthy, and because they are not healthy, they are not strong. If at any point in time I send them to very, very long distances, I might end up losing them. They might die because they have walked for too long. So what I do is that I keep some of the cows in the house. Then I bring the healthy ones out and I walk them. Afterwards, later, I would have to walk the unhealthy or the sick ones at short distance, so they'll be able to move a bit, eat a bit, so they'll be able to also stay alive, but wouldn't be stressed with so much walking. I was really touched. It means this Fulani knows what he's doing. He knows his business. He knows how to regulate his business. I ask once again, looking at the Fulani and what he taught me, I ask you too, what are you up to? What work do you do? Do you have the knowledge, the know-how of how things are done in your field of work? Because every work has its do's and don'ts. Do you have it in hand? Do you have it off head that you can talk about it like the Fulani was talking about it to me? Or you do not know anything, you just keep going. You just keep going and going and going. It's a question. Do you know how things go about in your field of work? Or you're just working? Do you know that as a security man, you have to stay awake in the night? So during the day, you have to sleep, relax, eat well, avoid a lot of vigorous exercises, avoid a lot of sex, so you'll be able to have a lot of energy to be able to stay awake throughout the night? Or you want to live your life normally, go out with boys, take lots of drinks, and be around eating like a cow, and still be able to wake up at night and guard a place? It doesn't happen like that. It does not happen like that. It doesn't. It doesn't happen like that. You will have to know what you are doing. You have to know where you are going, how the work is, what you should do, what you shouldn't do. There was an incident at our area, and there was actually, sorry, I'm on the highway, so there are tricycles and motorcycles and other vehicles passing. There was an incident at an area. There was fire coming from electricity wires, and there were only women at the place, so the women were calling on to some men. And surprisingly, when the men came, one of them rushed to a place, went for a big gallon full of water, and almost poured it on the fire. And just as I told you, the fire was caused by electricity wires. You and I know that The don'ts, one of the don'ts of electricity wires or electricity is that if electricity causes fire outbreak, you do not quench the fire with just water. You do not quench the electricity wire fire with just water. But here we are, that this young man who has been called as a security, someone who is going to save these women from stress and death, he was coming with water to quench the electricity wire fire. Imagine if the ladies had not known how the kind of destruction that is, it would have turned out to be. He would have destroyed the lives of these women and himself because he didn't know the do's and don'ts of electricity wires and fire outbreak. So in your line of work, for you to be successful, for you to go ahead, for you to be that extraordinary person out of all the ordinaries, you should know the do's and don'ts of the field you are in. You should know the do's and don'ts of the field that you are in. You should know that this work, we don't stay awake till this time. You have to sleep so you can wake up and be able to work efficiently. You should know that as a radio presenter, I know that if I go to the radio station, I can eat everywhere apart from the studio. Apart from the radio station studio or the TV studio, I cannot eat there. It is a don't. It is a don't. I cannot eat there. So no matter how hungry I am, I'm supposed to come out of the studio to eat. It is a don't. And I have to know. I need to know. If I do not know, I can lose my job. I can cause a distraction. I can do something that is not required of me. And guess who is losing? Me. So in every work that you do, know about it. Know the do's and don'ts of the work. And move swiftly to the side where everybody wants to associate with you in that field. Be the best in what you do. Be the best in what you do. We are talking about money. We are talking about business. And in this lives that I'll be sharing, I would proudly be sharing nice nuggets like this, so we'll be able to learn and equip ourselves. Thanks for watching this live. I really appreciate you. We will meet tomorrow on another live. Thank you.